so interested, inquisitive in listening that she forgot in that 1.5 hours or 2 hours she spent with Sarva Priyananda, she didn't have any questions.
Not that much.
Yeah, Sri, go ahead.
I mean, just as a difference of thought from yesterday's situation and today. Yesterday we discussed that we will have some kind of a close interaction with Sri Swami Sarva Priyananda. And today there is this message that we have. So, I mean, what exactly, how should we take this?
Take it the way it is looking. So it all was going well,
Right.
and suddenly it is not there. So you take whatever it is. So there's nothing to get worked up. So there are two dimensions, Sri Hari. One is called Parinama and another one is Viparinama. This is not there in Vedanta. This is, I am importing from Buddha teaching. It becomes easy for you to understand. So Parinama means the result of what you expect it to be. So always we want the result to be as expected. But what happened? But it is Viparinama also. That means not as desired or not as expected. So every result, let's say I write an exam, I have a different result in my mind, including the PDF. Forget the exam, the appraisal. I have my own assessment of the work I have done, but my manager might have his own or her own way of looking what I have done or accomplished. So it's called Viparinama. So this thing what has happened, in fact, Sri Hari, you'll be very surprised to know that yesterday this friend of mine had come here who is a writer to whom we were doing all of these. Now he said that there is a person working in Sri Ramakrishna Math, and then we can go to his home. He's staying very near to our home. I said, okay, we will go. Just 3-4 blocks away, and is his home. And he said, this is the home. I said, no, this is the home of my colleague in ABB who I and he take the bus together. He said, I don't know about that, but this is the person who is working in Ramakrishna Math. And I have gone to this person's home so many number of times. He's in INOPC. And then we meet quite often, and I was surprised that all of these meetings we had, I never knew that he's working in Ramakrishna Math. Okay, then it was very happy scene, right? So then he said, oh, this Swami is coming, very good. I don't know him, but I can organize it for you. So he called the Swamiji in that Math, informing that we need a special thing that we will meet him personally. So 2 hours meeting and all that. He was supposed to speak this morning. Yesterday he could not speak because when the time we went there was Aarti going on, and then he said that this morning he'll talk to him and get us whom should we be contacting, and our name will be put there so that the Sarva Priyananda Swami secretary, when that person comes here, he will look at the calendar and he knows these are the people whom he is supposed to meet personally. So our name is also there. So he said, I can do it. So we ended up with a happy note yesterday evening or night. And in the morning, I get a message from Vedanta Society that he is not coming to Bangalore. If they are interested, they can go to Kolkata or Delhi. So this is called as Viparinama. It's a pain, but then you have to take that pain. So if I get worked up looking at, oh my goodness, everything was going so smoothly. Now why this happened is because of this Viparinama. Unexpected changes. So many of our actions, what we do is related to unexpected changes. So only when it is as expected, the anxiety is not there. If there is unexpected, there is always an anxiety. So we are always anxious of the result.
That's true. It's there in Bhagavad Gita, right? So you just do the actions.
Yes.
Don't expect the outcome.
Don't expect the outcome. It only says that, but it doesn't say why. And in the Buddha Dhamma, it says that why you should not do it, because it has viparinama. That word is missing there.
Yeah. So when you expect, if it doesn't happen that way, then you feel sad.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the reason. Yes. So even I saw your message in the morning, I do not feel anything, to be honest.
Yeah, there is nothing to feel. It's just an information.
Yeah. Correct. It's an information.
It's an information.
Fine. Yesterday we felt that we'll meet him, and today we felt we don't meet him.
Exactly.
Fine. It's okay.
So now what happens here is that the mind goes in oscillation. So why this happened? We are not that lucky to meet him, etc., etc., etc. So this is called as creating story.
Yeah.
So we can do another thing. If we really want to go, we can go to Delhi and meet him. He is willing to meet in Delhi, or he is willing to meet in Kolkata. It depends on whether we can go. And if we feel that is the highest priority item for me, then yes, we can go. All that it would cost is the flight ticket. Who cares? So we can book a flight ticket and go. How does it matter? That means we can create solution. But the viparinama cannot be removed. You can work around. You can create a workaround.
Still, even if you go to Delhi also, could be something else happen and you still not be able to meet.
Exactly. And then we have to talk to the Delhi coordinator and asking him, can you give me a slot? And then it depends on his calendar. And if he says that there is nothing, but you can come and hear to him, and I still want to see him, with an expectation that before he retires to bed, I will catch him. Okay, we can still go. But I still am carrying a viparinama there.
Right.
It might turn out to be something which I never expected, like my sister. You know what? She has been going to that place, that is her son's place, many number of times. Not only this time. Yes. Not really considered this Vedanta society, which is next, just 5 minutes walkable distance. Is not considered it. And her son has been staying in that part of the world for almost now 18-20 years. Okay, so, and he's staying all alone. It's not that he has a family or anything. So my nephew doesn't want to marry, and he is staying all on his own. And he's an entrepreneur, so he has some software company, and he's a angel investor also. So he does only that, and he is enjoying his life. Then she has been going there, or he has been coming, and never she has asked him that from your home this Vedanta is very near. And this time only she has gone for whatever reason. Okay, so it was very surprising, and my brother-in-law also has gone. So this very funny situation. And because they had gone, all these things started. But then there is this viparinama, so unexpected change. So for her, it was an unexpected, that she never thought that she's going to get one-on-one with Sarva Priyananda. You see the fun, Lata. She has been given that invitation to talk.
But she couldn't talk.
So it's a waste, right? Even though you get it, I mean, she doesn't have any questions, that is secondary. But then, like what I said to you yesterday, you can share your experience and see where does that lead to.
Correct.
So we can do many things, if at all we want to. That means even with the horse being there and the water being there, and the horse has to drink water, but it is not feeling thirsty, water will remain where it is, the horse will remain wherever it is. This is again viparinama. Unexpected, right?
Correct.
So she was saying that instead of that, she and my brother-in-law had a very good explanation of the Central Park. So he became a tour guide for them and got them a coffee, and they had coffee, and that's all. So that's the answer, Srihari.
Okay, let's.
Is it convincing? Say now your release dates also like V Parinama only.
Yeah, we have all wishful thinking. It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
make also wishful planning.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's always unexpected. It might work out. It might work out in your favor, right? See, now that's the reason we watch this cricket match. And the last ball, we still expect somebody will hit a 6.
Yeah.
And it's unexpected. 6 runs to go, and the last ball, and it's a lot of pressure from the fielding side and the bowling side, and then the batsman. And he, by fluke or whatever you call, that guy hits it and goes to 6. Viparinama. Unexpected.
Yeah. For any one set of team, anyway, something is unexpected.
Yes, absolutely. So you're going to get unexpected only. So, Srihari, how many release dates you're going to have? It will be unexpected only.
Yeah, that's what. No, nothing is we can plan and fix. So it is like you're fixing something on the water. So it will keep floating here and there. So, but then we always think, wishful thinking will do, and then make all those plans. And then try to make it go according to that.
Yes, if it goes according to it, you are relieved of the anxiety only.
Yeah, correct.
Nothing else is happening. We all are living as an anxious beings. So when it happens as I wish it to be, then wow, the anxiety is not there. So it is relief, which I call it as happiness. And let's say,
But we don't.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
But if it doesn't happen, then we are taking double anxiety now. Anxiety of what did not work now. What should I do? That's another anxiety. Yeah, Lata, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, but we don't recognize that we are anxious.
Yes, that is the.
We never recognize. So only when you reach some level, then you start recognizing you're anxious, and that anxiety is removed, and then that's why you feel relieved.
Correct. So what we call as happiness actually is relief from anxiety. That's all.
Yeah, whatever you get in this world.
Yes, it's
worldly
only
happiness.
Yes, it's just like somebody taking your arm and twisting the arm, and you're getting the pain. And sometimes he removes that twisting, and you feel, now it is relief. Then again he starts twisting, and again the pain comes, and then again he releases, and then the pain goes away.
But it's also funny, right? It's all in our control.
Yes,
whether
absolutely.
to feel anxious or not.
Yes. So if we understand that everything is viparinama, then your anxiety is completely gone. There is not even a iota of anxiety left. Anyway, I don't know what happened to, but at least Srihari can answer what is the similarity and difference between Sarva Priyananda and you.
Oh. Okay.
Unexpected.
I think you're clean bold now.
Priyananda, honestly, I do not know any details of him. So, yeah.
Okay, forget Sarva Priyananda, Srihari, between your guru and you. Your Vidya guru and you. What's the similarity? What's the difference?
Between my guru and me.
Similarities is easy, no, Srihari?
Similar. maybe I think it is on the kind of experience that it shows on his face is very blissful. I mean, he always smiles and laughs, and he is always uh, very happy, not get disturbed by anything. Not that anxious at all. I mean, he always do what he's supposed to do, and tells and guides. Yeah, maybe I'm still not at that is the sadhana level, but maybe the physical level it is the same. He is just like any other normal person. He doesn't look like he is already a kind of realized person. I don't know what exactly differences you are asking.
I'm not asking anything, Srihari. You have to answer for yourself. What is the difference and similarity between you and your guru? Now, why this topic came yesterday? Any idea? Oh, you have forgotten the reason why this topic came.
Yeah, maybe I forgot.
So then there's no point in taking that. It's
No,
like,
we were actually talking about this prarabdha and
Correct.
all this.
correct.
Yeah.
So which shloka we were talking about it? Any idea?
450, 455,
We are in 451. We have yet to go to
451.
it's far better. Okay. We are yet to start on the next set on the 452 to 464 is on Prarabdha. We are yet to start and we were ending the Agami Karma. In that there is a simile of the sky. And while discussing that, we came to a subject. Because of that subject, it was almost 9:28. So I asked a question, what's the similarity and difference between you and Sarva Priyananda? And we ended that. We are going to start with that tomorrow morning. So the thing what I can consider here is that there is no effort to retain that at all. That means we are getting engrossed for the whole day.
Yeah. So I think if it is Swami Tapovan, in your place, you'll be thrown out of the class.
Yeah, basically, I have to narrate what happened and I only have to give an answer to it. So then why ask question in the first place?
You are a good teacher, Vilas.
You are more empathetic, compassionate. And Swami Tapovan will only take his students like Chimvyananda and all, right? Not like us.
Yeah. And that is the sadhaka who is going there, right? So see, what I ultimately want to tell you is that in whatever work we are doing, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that we should leave our family life and job and all that. Whatever work you are doing, keep this also along with it when you are working.
Spiritualize the work.
Yes, and then you will get lot of insights in whatever you are doing. You don't have to create a special time and place and all of that. And that's the way we need to develop, rather than cutting things off and saying that, okay, I think I'll go on a retreat or I go on a sabbatical for 6 months or 1 year or something, which is never going to happen. Maybe we will do it without job because we have earned sufficient by now and we feel okay, we can take care of our children or family or whatever. But then the question comes, what will I do for that working hours without doing any work? So the mistake is not on the job. The mistake is on how do you see the job. So we should not get worked up at all. And we should see the team members as GV. That's suffering. When we see that suffering, you will become compassionate. When you become compassionate, you don't feel like finding fault at somebody. Instead, you will try to see what solution can be given. And that's how we grow ourselves, be it a family or be it in the job. Let's say in our team, we know who is not able to work and who is able to work, who is in pressure, who is not in pressure. And there are a lot of things which are happening, and they keep on happening. Nothing that anybody can do about it. But we can apply this bodha knowledge can be applied. Otherwise, what's the use of just spending 1 hour and then we just do what we are doing?
So sometimes when I have the meeting, then most of the people will switch on the videos. Okay, so I'll keep looking at them, and then if I am not talking, it's for me easy to do what Vilas is telling. So you can just look at them and then see. So I don't see the GV, but I see the self, the same thing behind all of them, all of those faces. So then you also see the struggle, right? So it is like when you closely look at how people work, and it is like animals only, they want to protect their territories. So here in this, we don't have territories. You have these areas of work. So we want to say, okay, this is my area of work, so other person cannot come into that area. So like that, or try to. There are many places, right? People will try to. Even if they don't have anything to speak, they simply come and speak to mark their presence.
Yes.
So I keep observing all that. But when I am speaking, I'll forget everything. I don't even remember me, or I don't remember any of those people also. I just talk. So I forget everything. So I don't even know what I talk, because I don't pre-plan and talk anything. So whatever comes to my mind at that point of time, I say. So that's what I do. But then sometimes it is not that every time I'm able to do, but it's with effort I can do. Effortless is not happened.
Yeah, it should be free flowing.
It should be free flowing. It is not free flowing for me.
Yes.
So it has to, but I remember, and then I bring focus, and then it comes, and I observe all these kind of things. And it's not that I don't do it, because in my role I may have to do certain things, because it's not that I'm the only one working, right? I have team members, and I can say all these things, but they are not spiritual, right? So I have to work according to that only. So it's not that I don't do any of those things what I told, but I am conscious of it.
Yes.
So the second thing I observe is, when somebody is saying something, does it create any impact in my heart? You can feel it. If you don't like it, it will contract immediately. And if you like it, will expand. So I keep checking how many times it is contracting.
Yeah, you can feel it. It is so irritating, actually.
So irritating, and you are helpless.
Yes.
That day I told, right? I got furious with my husband because he disturbed my meditation.
Yes.
And after that I meditated, and then I don't know, I have never cried for so long. But then I was wondering, see, I'm just pretending that I'm spiritual. If I'm really, then this furious anger will not come. Then I thought, okay, what am I doing? So I don't know, tears came to my eyes after that for 10 minutes or something. Then I had one meeting, then I forgot all about it afterwards.
So there is another practice you can do.
Okay.
Which is, you first have to remember. and with remembrance as one of the key aspect, whichever topic, let us say, you like in this, or whichever you are doing, like Shri Vidya or whatever mantra you are saying, you can bring that up and you remember all the time, and then recognize the objects what you are working on. So you'll be working on office, you will be working on home. These are the two objects only. Under that there are many sub objects, like class and subclass. So you have so many subclasses. So you can look at these subclasses, just like we have an epic, you have many features, and then you have multiple or hundreds of stories. So there are two epics. One is home, another one is office. So you remember that there are only two epics. There are no many epics. Under that there are many features in home and many features in office, and for each one of them there are many stories in each of these category. Your objective is not to get into the detail of story and create task. Your objective is to look at how you can strategically finish the home and the office as an epic. So two epics. Now in these two epic, you need to remember that they are only epics, they are not real. Because after the work is done, let us say your son or your son or daughter, they are going to go to school. I think you are now in Bangalore, or you are going to drive to Bangalore.
Sunday I came to Hyderabad. Now, last night I drove to my village.
Okay.
I want to pick up my mother to Bangalore also. Yeah. Like doing that one.
So after you come back to Bangalore, would that anxiety still remain of picking them up?
No.
So you need to remember that you are creating features and stories for that epic. You just remember they are not true, and recognize that they are only epics, they are not real. Because after you drive them home, that anxiety is gone. So tomorrow, whenever your son's daughter's school starts, let us say 7th of March, then they are going to school. After that, you forget all about your pain of driving to Hyderabad, then to your hometown, and then from there coming to Bangalore.
Yeah, but sometimes, Vilas, even though you remember and you know and you are watching, still it comes.
Still it comes because of the defilements, kleshas.
Yeah. So then you watch helplessly. Sometimes I feel like that.
No, that is what the cleansing is all about. So you have to keep on watching and keep on cleansing them. So the cleansing here is to observe that they are not real. They are only mithya.
Correct.
And
but still it will run. Once it starts, it will run its course. Maybe it is lesser. Maybe it is lesser duration and not so much of spikes. But still it is.
Yes. So now
some subtle level it is there. So you can feel it.
Yes. So now after a while, your son and daughter finishes their schooling. After a while, they will start working. After a while, they will get married. After a while, they go away. And in the same way, you have lost your father, you are going to lose your mother also. Nothing you can do about it. And after a while, you are also not there. No matter however we would like to take it, or we get fear by that, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. As far as nature goes, it doesn't care whether I am fearing it or I am happy about it. It doesn't care. So we have to remember that it is not real. That's what Vedanta is all about. If after going through so much, we still feel connected to it, that means either Vedanta is wrong or I am wrong. So first thing we need to do is to remember. And the second thing we need to do is to recognize. Okay, so when we get into recognition, we recognize that there is another thought which is disturbing. Okay. And when that disturbance happens, ensure that it doesn't remove it. Meaning, remove the one which you remembered. So it is mithya, but you find that it is becoming satya. So don't give that thought which
Preference.
is
To prevail on-
preference. So don't give energy to it.
prefer-
Don't contemplate on that. So you recognize that it is creating reality for you, which is not real.
Which is not real.
Then you release that thought by focusing on that, knowing that it is untrue.
Is it focusing or ignoring?
No. Now you focus on that thought which is untrue. That it is
Oh,
untrue.
Okay, that it is untrue. Yeah. Okay.
So let's say I'm driving, I have driven back to Bangalore. Now, will I ever think on it that I had to drive back to Hyderabad?
No.
No. Because another thought will take over that, right? So it will erase it, almost erase it. Even though you remember that you drove to Hyderabad, once you are caught up at work, then you don't remember any one of those thoughts, right?
Right.
The efforts you have taken and all that. So you have to recognize that this is how every thought will eat away the previous thought. They are not real. Both thoughts are not real. So considering this, that is, you have recognized it, you have released it, then you relax that thought. You just relax it. You don't do anything. Just start smiling at the thought. That is so unreal, looking real, and you'll really burst into laughter. Why? Because the effort, nobody remembers. Srihari, tell me one thing. You lived in Saudi Arabia. Was it a very pleasurable ride for you? You will say no. Was it a painful ride for you? You will say no.
No. Yeah.
But do you remember how it was? No. That means the pain, is it still appearing? No.
No.
Is the pleasure is still appearing on you? No. Okay, you came back to Bangalore and you started working with this project. There's so many project releases has happened. Some of them have been painful, some of them have been pleasurable. But what is happening to you? Nothing. You are getting paid, right? So you have to then look at this and relax it. It doesn't matter to take it personally. So when you do that, when you relax, a nice smile will come on your face, just like what you explained about your guru. He was always in smile and he used to not feel anxious and all that. Okay, after you smile, you go back to that epics. Consider them as epics only. Don't give them personality. Finally, whenever a new thought comes, repeat this experiment all over again. So these are the 7 R you can keep. Remember that they are epics. Recognize that there is something which is turning itself into real. So you have already learned that Brahman, Satya, Jagat, Mithya. So this Jagat, that epic is Mithya anyway. And really it is Mithya, Srihari. Whatever we are doing for the project, what we are working is literally Mithya. After the release, nobody cares. I'm telling you, Srihari, after your G2, nobody cares. After this project ends, nobody even cares about it. Then it gets into maintenance mode. Like that, how many products have gone into maintenance mode? So that anxiety was there when that project was taken. Correct.
Yeah.
So how different does it make? So every new project, every new POC, every new venture, every new next generation is going to have lot of uncertainties and lot of problems. So you recognize that they're mithya only. Once it is delivered, nobody cares. See, now you look at a woman in the labor ward. She is wriggling in pain. It's not an easy pain. It's horrible pain. But after the child comes out, she forgets all about the pain. So which is Satya then? Her pain was Satya or this child is Satya? Which one is Satya now?
Both are Nitya.
Yeah. The pain is gone and she is lost in her child.
The way Lata told both are Mithya is like, oh, so yeah. So much vairagya Lata already.
Yeah, why you should ask my daughter. She says, you are like one straight line. No emotions. So she keeps telling, and I keep discussing. Now she's more open to discuss this here, at least the spiritual thing. So she, after some time limit she keeps, and then she will go. But then she says, "You are one like one straight line, no emotions." So, that doesn't mean that I don't take care of her and all that. Not that, but it's not that I have a lot of vairagya or anything. Maybe it is developing. It is not that I have. Then I would be a Jivan Mukta already. If I had got the perfect vairagya.
Yeah, so both the pain are unreal. So we remember that it is unreal. Then you recognize that there is something which is making it real. Then when I know that it is somehow making it real, then I release that thought which is making real. And when I release that thought, I then relax, not doing anything about it, and smile on that thought that you cannot change anything in me. You will come and you will go. Meaning, the thought will come and thought will go. Once that is established, you return back to remembering that they're only epics and you are delivering features and you are creating stories. Once the story is completed, nobody bothers about the story.
Yeah, so Bhatt is buying a new iPhone, a new
Yes.
phone from Apple Store.
Yes. His mobile is not working, so he's buying a new mobile phone. So let him enjoy his new mobile phone.
So yeah, Vilas, I think now I will have to switch to the other meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, you said you want to go at 9, right? So
Yeah, I messaged them that I'll be 15 minutes. So the discussion has started. I'll
Okay,
join.
okay. No. We will
Fine,
also
fine,
end. We will also end. So we'll meet tomorrow.
yeah, fine.
Okay. Good day to both of you then. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.